What's going on, world? You know what it is. It's your boy Mika, aka Most Wanted, on Up and Rising Show, Breaking Bread. I got a very, very special guest here that I've actually been like really trying to get on my show for the longest time, man. Because this guy's insight on different subjects is crazy, man. So why don't you introduce yourself, man?
This is Sonny. I'm a barber for the most part, but I'm hip hop forever, for life.
Facts.
I used to rap for a very long time with a little group. You know, we were local, so I guess you could make a joke about that. But yeah, everything has been well. I used to go by Sonny Hash, but I don't think I'll use that hash any longer.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll use that any
Whoa, this guy right here, like, he's real big on hip hop. So I figured, it's only good to have a subject on, how you feel about the state of hip hop and where it's at right now.
longer. Oh man.
So, you know what I'm saying? I already know he's
gosh.
gonna like this subject because, this guy's been doing it for a long time, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He got some heat, man. He got some heat. I heard some shit from him, and I was just like blown away. Like, yo, damn, son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so, how do you feel personally about hip hop right now? Like, where it's at?
Oh man, such a long story. Well, I'm one of those elite cats where, I don't waste time with the pressures of where the history was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people have a problem with this new age music, and
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys. I have to be very clear about this.
Yeah.
If you don't give people an opportunity to become who they are, how they ever gonna make anything better or make anything different? Because when we come to any real subject of matter, when it comes to hip hop, you got to think of it in the most simplest and basic ways.
Yeah, it's possible, yup.
And what does that mean? They started in the 70s. The 70s music was a part of disco. So it really started from disco.
Disco. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. You're right, son.
And
You're right about that.
I'd be damned before we gonna have a bunch of disco 2000 and, you know what I mean? Like disco 2000 niggas, like, that ain't gonna happen. Nobody gonna make no rap about no fucking disco, bro. or even like a little spin-off.
Yeah.
Like, it got so far from that disco era to what it is now. So you have to respect the fact that music changes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it changed
That's a
from
good way
that
of
disco
looking at it.
era
Yeah.
to what the 80s had, which was like, heavy educational, always about self-destruction, stop the violence, blah blah blah. Mad pro-black music back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whether it be, from Chuck D and them dudes on Public Enemy to, we had X-Clan at some point in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We even had what I thought was one of the greatest pro-black movements ever was Dead Prez. You know what I'm saying? So, and they came in the 90s, and almost cleaned into the 2Gs.
Yeah.
But see, at the end of the day, what people have to understand is growth. You cannot sit there and let our music stop and just not grow. Those kids are making some beautiful music, bro. If you don't like it, I don't understand why.
Yeah.
I mean, the beats is hard. Some of them be mumbling, but for the most part, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah. That's a fact.
That's a good, the shit sound right.
Who cares, yo?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are punishing them because they don't look like you, they don't dress like you. He's not supposed to, though.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to. We had a bunch of youths running around, and what the fuck we got?
Word.
We don't got music, that's what we don't
Exactly.
got. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel, on a personal standpoint, that we need more of that pro-black music now?
I really wish we did have a little bit more of a taste of it.
Yeah.
Where you could have somebody speaking about real things. And it's funny because, right now, as we think about it, with all of this George Floyd and all of this going on, they even, right now, these young niggas is making a couple of little songs about Black Lives Matter and this, that, and the third. Now, that's not quite pro-black, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
At least they putting a little bit of shake in there where, you get a little taste of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, I was surprised to hear the nigga Lil Baby with the, you know what I mean? What's the name of his song?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so easy. I know it, too, and it's a fly-ass song. The nigga's dope. You know what I'm saying? But, I love the fact that, he took the 2G sound and put some, you know what I mean? Some real, it was dope. I like that stuff. Yeah. So I don't even care about the fact that, most of these cats be talking about, oh, you gotta have the hard rhymes. Method Man and Redman is over, bruh. And I love those guys to death.
I mean, yeah,
But their time is over. Not saying that they're over. It's just their time is over. Now, if they come back and they make some product and it comes out right and the people accept it, that's what's going to be, worth it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't expect everybody to keep kicking the same rhymes that them niggas was kicking when it was,
back in 95,
when it was like prime time. Like, it was a beautiful thing. I understand it. Yeah, it's dope. Biggie, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, but come on, let these little niggas grow into their shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they need it.
The only thing
they got the culture.
Like I like right now about the music, as far as the rap game goes, is the opportunity. I feel like the opportunity is more better than it was back then.
Oh, it's tremendously better.
You know what I'm saying?
Because these niggas ain't gotta work with no A&Rs.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not even like on that standpoint. I mean, in the sense of as far as the music goes. You know what I'm saying? Because anything is really accepted. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays. Because a lot of people to say that, the old school hip hop is dead. I don't believe that. Look at Young M.A.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's not quite old,
Not old school, but she comes with that whole.
She be coming with the hard rhymes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mess with it. I mess with it. She's a decent example because, at the same time, what you gotta understand is that, as a matter of fact, even funnier. This is the funny part. So I'm on Facebook and I seen these people. They had something that said it was like 4 different female rappers, right? And it was the old school joints. It was like a couple of old school joints and some new school joints. And they said something about WAP. You know the WAP? What they just put out?
Oh, that shit with Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, with Megan and Cardi. So it said, who's better? Right? And I looked at it and I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, so I put an honest answer. I said, well, back in the days they couldn't rhyme the way they rhyme now. So of course they could say a little bit more harsher lyrics and get a little bit more rise out of you.
Yeah.
And, to be honest with you, that's basically what they're doing. They're going a little bit harder and making you feel like way more, like enhanced with the sex.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the funny part about it is I put at the end of the caption, #no comparison.
So do you
can't compare these people.
Like in music like that, do you think it's the music selling or the sex that they're trying to put in the video selling? Cause I have no problem with that.
I believe, to be honest with you, it's a double-sided sword.
Yeah.
Where these females are allowed to be who they are. And at the end of the day,
that's what
it's
makes
never
it
going to change.
That's what makes it beautiful. Yeah.
That's what makes them beautiful. That's what makes people want them. And that's what makes people look into them, and be a little bit more inspired. Like, I don't truthfully believe that Megan Thee Stallion would be making the numbers that she was making if she rhymed like, what's son's name? Take me to another place. Oh, yeah. If she rhymed like them, take me to another. Yo, what the hell was their names, bro? Oh my God! I totally remember their names. I'm just being funny. I just can't remember right now for no reason. It's just but I truthfully believe that she couldn't rhyme like that and sell records. You know what I mean? So if she gotta come off as the ultra stripper, that's what she gotta do, bro. And there's nothing wrong with selling sex, bro.
No, I mean,
these niggas be selling sex all day, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You can go out to Vegas right now. They selling sex all day.
On the strip.
Word up.
Next to the police.
True story.
Next to the police.
True story. Fanning that tail.
So, who would be your top 5 right now?
Ooh,
in the
that's,
game right
see,
now?
now that becomes, and see, I've never, in my whole career, and I promise I probably will never, in my whole career ever, inspired to deal with something of that magnitude. I never liked the comparisons.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been a real serious person when it came to that, because I don't see how you can compare Biggie and Tupac. They do it all the time, but I don't see how you can do it. Because first of all, Biggie didn't record as much as Tupac.
Yeah.
Right there, that takes them away from
probably
parallel.
like doing comparison as far as impact, because Pac had a majorly crazy impact, but so did Big too in his short span of his career.
All right, so think about this though.
Okay.
Think about this. This is real shit. You know how many rappers there is in this world? You know how many rappers are consisted of this whole entire industry? If it's in the millions, how can you have a 5? See?
I mean, yeah.
See?
I mean, okay,
See?
so
See, this is where I become very disappointed, and everybody saying, "Yo, you got the top 5, I got the top 10, I got this, I got that." Everybody got so much to say about tops when there's a million of these niggas out there, bro.
all right, so
I can't deny all of the other guys that actually, because I mean, to be honest with you, only way you can compare people is if they kind of doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only way you kind of can do that. I wouldn't compare Lil Pump to Lil Mozzie or whatever the hell you say the nigga name.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry.
Pump Little Mozzie.
Sorry.
Probably like when people like do the whole comparison thing, I think it's what's appealing to them, not per se, you know, they're trying to degrade the other 995,000 rappers. It's just who they hear, because for all you know, they probably can hear, you know, those tens of thousands of rappers, but only 5 possibly, you know, caught they in like, oh shit.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. It's just, you know, I'd be damned before I leave Chief Keef out of something more. You know what I mean? Most of those Chicago cats, because, you know, half the times when niggas be talking, they don't even talk about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody from Chicago's in nobody's top 5. What the fuck is going on here? These niggas don't exist. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking Midwest. You know, and this is how you break it down. You know, you can't go from New York City down the fucking South, cross to the Midwest, hit the Midwest, skip over some of that in between that really don't rap at all, like Idaho's and that, and then go all the way to Cali and get a top 5 out of that. I don't know how. I don't even understand the structure. Where are we getting the top 5 from? Because to be honest with you, Nipsey Hussle was 10 times different than Snoop Dogg.
No, all right.
10 times different.
You know what?
That's the truth.
I gotta agree with you on that. So that's why you got me like, damn, he did it. I knew he was gonna do it.
I'm telling you, yo. So
You're
this
right.
is the reason
You're
why
right.
it's
You're
tough
right.
for me when people say, you know, if you have a top 5 or something like that, because it makes, you know, it just takes a little bit out of it just takes a little bit out of the culture when you think about just breaking down a certain amount of people. Because I mean, are you gonna skip past the Brat like she never existed? You gonna skip past?
I mean,
you know,
Brat,
Twister.
Though,
You gonna skip past
really,
Twister?
Wasn't really rapping like that. Though.
She
had what, 1 or 2 albums?
She did a little something. She had a little couple numbers.
She had a little buzz.
She had a couple numbers. You know?
Twister is like Twister's Twister. Like, he was the man. He invented that fucking fast
true
rap.
story.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
at the same time,
Like,
you know, he's in nobody's top 5 nowhere. I don't know not one nigga that ever will come to me and cross me and be like, you know what? Who's in my top 5? Twister. And I'm like, I never get that. I'm just being serious.
Twister.
Yeah, yo. We gonna leave Nori out?
Yeah.
Act like Nori wasn't there?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So what is the drink champ?
Nori has some bangers.
Nori
And the
was-
drink champ
Yeah.
shit, once again, shout out to Noriega, man.
Yeah,
'cause
shout out
that
to the
drink-
Nori.
That drink champ shit, man. I said that in the last podcast, but I fuck with that shit, man.
Yeah, that shit hard body, man. You doing a real good job, big homie.
Word. So, if you can change one thing in the current rap right now, what would you change?
If it was up to me,
Yeah, or would you keep it the same?
I would basically keep it the same because I do like their product. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, they
A lot
sell
of the
more
beats,
numbers
a lot of the beats,
than back in the day. So
a lot of the beats are real heavy right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking real heavy. Some things I would have scrapped. I mean, I'm talking like I would have shredded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of them beats, man. I wish I was in my prime right now.
808 beats
I
is
would
popping
have
right
blasted
now.
that right now. You know what I mean? Even all of that Kanye, you know, like dude, these dudes is making some big Travis Scott right now. Oh my lord, bro.
Yeah.
His beats are incredible.
Yeah.
And I would have dusted any one of them. Any one of them. And I would have sat there and he would have been doing all that, yeah! And I would have still been beating it to shreds. Yeah. I swear to God.
I feel you on that. But me, the only thing, I mean, I really wouldn't change nothing. The only thing I really would change is I can't say the originality because that's original for them.
Yeah, that is the originality.
I just wish that lyrics played just as much as a part as beats do.
You know what it is though? You know what it is though? I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, if you think about this in literal sense, you know, it makes a lot of sense because, you know, when we was coming up, we had the 90s, right? And in the 90s, we wasn't really getting that high. We was stopping to say no to drugs and blah, blah, blah. That was all in our music all the time. So we really wasn't involving ourselves in mad drugs.
What you mean? Look at Wu-Tang Clan.
Look, I get it, but I'm just saying at the end of the day,
in the music,
for the most part, it's in the music.
Yeah.
Yo, these niggas is doing drugs in their music, bro.
Lean.
I'm talking lean. Yeah, like these niggas is getting high.
That's a fact.
So
in the studio.
Yes. So it's hard for them to be that high and be socially correct, or you know what I mean, putting things in great perspective.
I got somebody right now that could discredit what you're saying, Jadakiss. That motherfucker smokes weed all of the.
But see, Jada is part of that '90s, so he got it.
He already
got
it's
that.
Embedded in him already.
It's already in him.
Yeah.
So he kind of don't really like. I'm talking like these newer cats, like you know what I mean, like. When you listen to the music, it sounds like a club. When you listen to the music, it sounds like, you know, they're getting high, or you know what I mean? They're getting, and I'm not talking about weed when I say getting high. I'm talking about like special drugs. Like they don't just doing designer. That was not happening in the 90s.
That's a fact.
Nobody was really truthful.
Weed and liquor.
Yeah, it was like weed, liquor. You had a couple of dust heads. Some nigga put some coke on the fucking weed, called it wet. I'm dead serious. There was a couple of those guys. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah, that's a fact. You just said put some Obama fluid in that shit.
Yo. That nigga Method Man Red was doing that fucking Obama fluid shit. Them niggas, they kind of made it through it too.
Yeah, they made it through that. They made it through
that shit, man. Shout out to the Red and Meth. Y'all niggas is fucking sergeants for life.
I'm telling you, man, y'all one of the gurus of the rap game right now. Y'all always will be in my eyes. So shout out to Nori. And my bad, Redman and Method Man.
Yeah, definitely.
Y'all niggas, man.
Whole Wu-Tang set all y'all. Y'all got mad respect for the foundation. Oh, that's
I like
one thing.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
I was gonna get into that too, but guys.
That's one thing I will totally agree with right now. If there's anything that I could change about these new school cats' music, is just the respect for the foundation. They have no respect
Look at 6
for the foundation.
Talking about Snoop, talking about he's snitching and all.
What's wrong
That's
with
the
you,
big
bro?
homie, man.
That's the
Like,
homie.
Yeah.
You should get your skull cracked on just behalf of being funny. Like, come on, man.
No respect.
Come on.
Give me some of that, son. I like how you put that shit. There's no
respect for the
son.
foundation. Like the foundation, you cannot ever disrespect that. Like you gotta look at the big homies that came before you and just let them live.
They paved the way.
They paved the way for you. Like they opened that lane. If there was no Nas, you wouldn't even be able to be colorful hair ass, stupid looking fucking colorful teeth ass. Fuck out of here with that dumb shit. That shit crazy, bro. I never like that. Never like that. And it ain't nothing about his snitching. It's just really all about. It's really all about the fact that he's a disrespectful individual. Like his mouth go crazy, bro.
Yeah, suck my dick.
Yeah, all that nonsense. Like, come on, that nigga come out the box. Come out the box. He got an arm full of money.
Word.
He got 3-4 goons with him. Nigga, you ain't real.
Word.
You ain't real, homie.
That's a fact.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful at any way, form, or fashion, but I'm telling you, dog, if you got all that popping off, you got money in the streets, you got the bag, you did the big homie over there, you got another one over there, dude, you protected though, bro.
That's it.
Like,
Back in the day, it wasn't like that.
Like, you acting like you not protected though.
Word.
Like you talking like you not protected. Like you talking like, oh, I be walking around by myself. No, you
They
don't.
don't show them on the camera, but the niggas be in the background.
Yeah.
With the little ear things
Yeah,
on,
yo.
suits, looking
Yeah.
at Brocky. Yeah,
Yeah, you might as well work for Trump.
Secret
Oh
Service
my
ass niggas,
God.
man.
Get this guy out of here,
Yeah, so,
man.
but like, it really like, you know, rubbed me the wrong way because it's just like you said, with the whole respect, you know, barrier.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like that
That's the
respect
only-
barrier is like completely broken.
Yes,
And it's
and
like-
it's totally devastatingly broken.
It
Like
is.
it's like a no coming back type of broken where you just
Cause like, for example, you would never hear fucking Jadakiss say something about fucking Big Daddy Kane or Rock.
oh my God, never.
You know what I'm saying?
Never. And that's my point. That's my
You know what I'm
point.
saying?
That's my point. Because see, at the end of the day, we could have did that too. We could have said, yo, fuck Run DMC.
Word.
Fuck that nigga KRS-One. I
Right.
can't be like rhyming like them. We ain't never gonna rhyme like that. What's wrong with your attitude, man? Nobody even care if you sound like me. I ain't never wanted you to sound like me. Come on, man.
That's a fact.
Use your head, bro. Just be respectful, though. Because people need to understand the respect factor goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you can't respect people that did some real powerful things for the culture, then why are you even doing that same thing that I did for the culture?
Mm-hmm.
Because, see, I sit in a room with a young cat, right? He's mad young. He does music.
Yeah.
Got beats, all that. Yo, showing me beats after beats after beats. He's like, yo, da-da-da-da-da. I said, oh, shit, word? I said, that's dope. I said, you know what I did? I opened up for the Roots. The nigga looked at me with the question mark. I said, the Roots? He said, I'm like, why you got the question mark?
Yeah.
You wait a minute. This is like one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time.
You don't know
You're
who they
making
are.
beats and you don't know who they are? That doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
And I'm dead. I'm just being honest.
That's crazy.
I'm just being
So
honest. And
you
this
see-
happened to me mad recently at a party. I went to a party and this little dude wanted to show me his beats. He's like, yo, I do music, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I just threw some names out there and he was like, And I'm like, why you don't know these people, bro?
Yo, son.
I can't, yo. Like, that's like, oh my God. I can't
Yo, he
even,
said,
it's wild. It's just wild, yo. It's just wild when you see people that don't respect the path that was given to them beforehand.
Yeah, they don't.
And don't even pay attention to it.
They don't know the path that was paid for them. They just go by what they see now.
And you know the worst part?
So they think the 6ix9ines and all these other niggas paves the way for them, which in reality,
True story,
it
true
wasn't
story.
even like that.
But you know the worst part about most of that, yo? How can you do an art form and not know the founders of the art form? Like, never even take a glimpse at Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5. Never hear, you know, like Run DMC, Rockbox, and never listen to Beastie Boys. Like, that's just stupid. These are great
Because
artists,
the
man.
reason why? Because the rap game is commercial now. It's like, fuck who paved the way. It's about who got the hottest beat.
Yup.
You understand what I'm saying? It's commercial. It's commercial right now.
I
Period.
didn't even like the one interview that I seen with Lil Yachty saying he didn't know certain rappers, like, cause that just always denounces you, bro. Like, that takes away from your image when you say stuff like that. Because how can you be doing the same thing that they're doing and you trying to discredit them?
Because
Makes no sense.
he didn't build his image off taking a piece of this rapper or a piece of that rapper, because like he said, he didn't know
He
them.
and
He
you know,
just one day came up with a gimmick, and the shit was catchy, and it took off. That's it.
yeah,
That's just basically what
sometimes
it is.
it is that easy, but it's just hard for me to know.
Like,
It's
for
hard for me to
example,
think it's that easy.
You remember that girl on Dr. Phil, Catch Me Outside?
Yeah, Catch Me Outside.
She made a whole fucking song about that shit. Catch Me Outside, how about that? And I'm like, I'm hearing this shit. I'm like, where did I hear this shit from? Then somebody was like, you remember that girl was on Dr. Phil? She was 15. She was talking crazy on Dr. Phil. And I was like, oh shit. And I looked and I was like, wow.
I don't even.
A gimmick.
Yeah.
She used that gimmick and it took off.
Yeah.
It was never let me take a piece of Jay-Z or let me take a piece of Nas and 50 and try to, like, you know, put it together with my own style to make me be who I am. It was never like that. You feel what I'm saying? They don't take the time to be sitting up there looking at the people who came before them.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. All they worry about is gimmicks.
That's crazy.
The rap game is all about gimmicks.
That's crazy.
What gimmick is catchy? That's it.
Yeah. And, you know, as far as anything is concerned, I guess there's no more street teams and all that nonsense like in the 90s where...
The only people that's really on that street team shit, and I gotta say this, my son from Brooklyn, you know what I mean, rolled around in flappers too here and there, Casanova. That's the only nigga really on his street team shit. Like the niggas
you know
see...
the funny part about Cass, though?
Right.
He got a streak of the 90s in him like nobody's business.
That's what I'm saying, son.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
why I like...
And see, this dude, if I'm not mistaken, I think I just heard a new song with him and DMX on it.
Word?
Him and DMX. And I was like, Casanova got DMX on the track?
Wow. See?
That's crazy.
That's for the culture, for real.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
For real.
Yo,
shout out to Cass, man.
Yeah, Casanova, you on that. You on that all day. And I
I
respect you big time. Salute, big homie.
Yeah, that's what's up, son.
That's my word.
He did a song with X?
With X, bro. And it's fire.
I gotta look that. I'm telling you, after we wrap this shit up, I'm gonna look that shit up. Because now, damn.
Yeah, son.
Yes.
That's the wild
Cass
story.
for the win.
Yes.
Kobe.
It's so crazy.
R.I.P. Kobe, by the way.
Yeah, R.I.P. Kobe.
But yo, that's what you see, this is what I'm saying about how people say lyrics are dead.
Yeah.
They're not dead, bro.
They're not dead.
Because he could have worked with anybody. He chose DMX.
DMX.
Like,
and DMX sounded just like regular DMX.
Yeah.
Like barking ass DMX. I'm like, that shit crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That right there can show you the content of how he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, okay.
And Casanova surprised me, bro. He surprised me with a bunch of his tracks.
You know what I'm saying? Some niggas might be like, yo, why I'm working with X, but this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this to be commercial. I like DMX, so I'm going to work with him.
True story.
You feel what I'm saying? That's it. That's why I can respect rappers like him and Younger Maybe. It's because they do what the fuck they want.
Oh, even my favorite. Like when I first heard, Joyner Lucas hit up the well. When I heard him hit up the well, I didn't know how to accept that first.
Speaking of that,
so I dropped into the song and I'm listening and I'm like, oh, this is fire, bro. I'm like, this man is really going hard and showing a lot of respect to this man. And then the best part happened. Will remixed it in a response to him. Dope. Dope.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. Can't get
no better than that.
Will Smith did a song.
Loved
I was just getting ready to say that shit.
Loved it.
See what I'm saying? Joyner Lucas, Will Smith. A lot of people be like, what? Will Smith is
Shout
trash.
to the homie.
Shout out to the homie Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas, Will Smith.
Will Smith, son.
Yo, you still doing it out there, big
That's
homie.
what I'm saying, son.
If they talking about you like that, Will, you know what's up.
Word. That's what I'm saying. See, shit like that I like. So now Will Smith shit, I was just like, word? He still got it.
Yeah, and son, he came with the new school flow.
Yo, blew my mind.
Couldn't even believe it.
Blew my mind, son.
Yo, I was like, well, I would hope that no one wrote that for him. I would hope, because that was pretty spiffy, Will. I loved it. I loved the verse. I don't even care if somebody wrote it for him. Mm-hmm. I love the verse regardless, period, because it was so beautiful to hear old school, and Will is so old school because I loved his era. He came in an era.
I got his album, Big Willie Style.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I just like the way he never had to address the crowd the way everybody addressed the crowd. Like he addressed the crowd the way he wanted to, and everyone accepted that. Mm-hmm. In a time when dudes was cursing, dudes was doing drugs,
he
didn't say one curse. And still let it get by. This is during the time also. I'm gonna be honest with you. this is also during an ill time in history of hip hop where NWA, no, excuse me, 2 Live Crew gets sued by the government for putting man titties and ass and all of this shit on them. They was the first ones to get the parental discretion advised thing on their joints. You know what I'm saying? So then, right after them came NWA, who immediately had to get that afterwards because they were the gangster raps.
Was it the other way around?
No, 2 Live Crew was first. They got sued first, and that's my word.
What?
Yeah, we can look that up. But yeah, that's my word. 2 Live Crew, they get sued. They was rolling on they CDs and stuff. You know how they used to protest in the back in the 90s, destroy your CDs, they buy all your shit and then destroy it in front of your face, which made no sense. But at the same time, these guys came off of their tour. They like, oh my God, they got sued by the government. The government takes Luke to court. And he won.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he won.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Beat them dudes. Beat the pants off of them.
Yeah.
Came back out and got the parental discretion advisory on his joint and said, this is how we going to resolve that.
Word.
Whoa.
I remember that shit. I was watching this shit. I was on Netflix. It's called Hip Hop Evolution. And they were talking about that shit. You read about that.
2 Live Crew was the first one to get the parental discretion, Everybody else, they came in line afterwards because they just put the parental discretion on the fact that it was just hip hop.
It was just hip hop, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was
After
cursing
that.
and all that shit in there. So, yo, you right about that. You right about that.
That's my word. I got some history. Got some history with me.
That's a fact, son.
I pay attention to hip hop very well, and I really love the culture, and I'm always gonna love it. You know what I mean? So I'm a hip hop artist first, and I'm a barber last at all times.
So you heard that, people. So I have to ask the question. So all the people there watching, is it possible you might make a comeback?
I don't know about that.
Nah,
I don't know about that.
Nah, man.
I don't know about that. That's a tough one for me, man.
Man, Will could do it. You could do it, baby.
Yo, man, listen.
Will pushing 50, son.
Yeah, but I know Will was already in it though. Will got hurt.
Yo, I'm telling y'all right now, like if y'all watching this in its whole entirety, I want y'all to help me convince this man to get on it, man. Because what I'm telling you, son, like, I'm not just saying this because I'm cool with him. Even if I didn't know this nigga, just by hearing his music, I would still promote this man.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? For real, because like his shit, I'm telling you, son, like I was shocked. Like what was that one song you fucking had me listen to and you sound like fucking Jim Jones? And then you sound like fucking Jay, all in one song, and I'm just like, yo, how do you do that shit?
I switched up my images all the time on every verse, and I made it a part of me where I would never sound the same on any verse. Like I always made sure I said, I'm going to be different on every single verse. So when you listen to the verse, you're not going to think it's me at first. You got to really listen to it to understand if it's me or not. You know what I mean? So I was just, I'm a Gemini too, so I got that multi-personality shit. You know what I mean?
And then it was another track that you did on that Nas beat.
Oh, yeah.
You see? I'm trying to light that fire, people. Help me light that fire under that ass no homo, man.
Yeah, man.
But
that was definitely one of my favorites, and it was definitely my wife's favorite too. Like before we was even dating, you know what I mean? It was funny because I'm sitting down and I'm writing that verse one day, and she said, "Let me hear it," and I spit the verse for her. She was like, "Say it again. I like that one." It was dope. I love that stuff.
Say it again. I like that one.
It was one of her favorites, definitely.
But I just want to say I appreciate you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? For really taking the time. Because like I said, people, I've been trying to get this guy. And you're going to be seeing him a lot more often because his insight on all different types of subjects is like crazy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just, in my eyes, the epitome of how a hood nigga could be smart at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, hood niggas just have this whole persona of, well, we just dumb and we just know how to sell drugs and bust guns and fuck bitches, no disrespect to the females, but he epitomizes the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's going to be on this show a lot more talking about different subjects because like I said, this guy has a lot of insight.
Yeah,
He's gonna say a lot of things that you people would love to listen to and hear. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna continue this. I have fun, and I appreciate you, for having me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bringing me to, this great moment where people are actually gonna be able to see the homie. And
That's right. I told you I had to get you out of under that rock, man. I had to
Cool.
drag your ass get up
I
under
know.
that rock, boy. Let these niggas know you here.
Yeah, I know.
You ain't never going nowhere.
I
You
know.
just hibernated to make yourself better.
True story.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Yo,
any last words you want to say before we sign off?
Not really, but to the world, keep everything clean, keep your head straight, be smart, don't be disrespectful. Have some respect in your heart sometimes.
Yeah.
Cause there's just too much people with anger and pain and disrespect in their mouth. Like, it could go on forever. But that's not gonna make the world better. We gotta make ourselves better to make the world better. We gotta understand better to make the world better. And I believe y'all can really do it. Y'all just being lazy.
Very well said, brother.
Appreciate you, my dude.
Well, you know who it is. It's your boy Most Fun in here, on Breaking Bread, as always. Spread love, man. Hey, chase our dreams. We off this.
Word up, Sonny.